500 days. When was the last time you did something for 500 consecutive days? Now, I'm not talking about brushing your teeth. I hope you're brushing your teeth every day. I'm not talking about checking your email or social media or sipping on your favorite latte or coffee. I'm talking about something that you love, something that is your passion, maybe even your calling. For me, that was giving. On January 1st, 2011, I started what I call my giving journey. I gave a gift every day for 522 consecutive days, and that journey changed my life. Unfortunately, on day 523, I was on a business trip. I was in the office way too long that day. I went out for a late dinner, came back to the hotel, was working in the lobby with my boss. I looked down at the computer clock and it said 12:18 a.m. I screamed in the lobby, "Oh no, I didn't give a gift for the day." My boss, trying to make me feel better, said, "Yes, you gave a gift for the day. You were kind to the waiter this evening." And she was right. I was kind, but my journey wasn't about being kind. It was about being intentional. It was about intentionally looking, me as one person, for ways that I could give to others, one other person, each and every day. Even though my journey ended on day 522, I took a little break. I missed it, and I've been giving a gift every day for years. So what was my definition of a gift? It was very simple. It was to give something and expect nothing in return. At the very basic level, I could say I walk out these doors and I'm going to smile at every stranger I pass and not expect them to smile back. Or I could send a wedding gift and not expect that handwritten thank you note. So what were some of my gifts that I gave on my journey? My husband's an Indiana State Trooper, and tragically we've had 3 friends killed in the line of duty: Scott Patrick, Gary Dudley, and Bruce Sutton. So over those 522 days, I wrote letters to every family whose spouse or who had lost a loved one in the line of duty. On a random day, not a holiday, I gave a box of chocolates to the UPS man. I bailed a friend out of jail, which may have been my most interesting gift. And I baked and decorated cupcakes for the boys next door. You see, what I learned is that there's hundreds, if not thousands, of ways to give. Now, if you want to go on your own gift-giving journey, there's 3 things that you have to do. 1, you have to wake up in the morning and declare, I'm going to give a gift today. Number 2 is you have to look for the opportunity. You see, there's opportunities all around us, but if you're not looking for them, you'll miss them. And number 3, which may be the most important, is you have to initiate action. You see, it doesn't do you any good if you see an opportunity and you do nothing. I'll give you an example. I took a bus from Indiana to Chicago Midway Airport, and when I got off the bus, there was a lady. She had a baby strapped to the front of her luggage, baby stuff, and I approached her and I just asked her, "Can I help you?" And she said yes. So I got her in to where you check in your luggage, and we parted ways. And I checked in my luggage, she checked in her luggage, and I noticed after she checked in her luggage, she still looked confused as to where do I go for security to get to my gate. Now this time what's going through my head is what they blast over the loudspeakers is like, don't touch anybody else's bags. And so the thought was going through is, if I help her with her bags, I hope she doesn't have any drugs or anything in it. Yet I reapproached her and I asked her if she needed help. Now this time she asked me, "Are you a human trafficker?" I had to laugh because here I thought she might be a drug dealer and she thought I might be a human trafficker. And I said, "No, I'm not a human trafficker." She said, "I'm so sorry. I just saw a story on the news." Well, we made it through security okay. I had a little bit of extra time, and so I walked her to her gate, and she was flying standby. So as we approached the gate agent asked her, "Who is this woman?" pointing to me. And without missing a beat, the lady said, "This is my angel, and I love her." I love her. Wow, I had been with that lady, less than 15 minutes, less than 10 minutes. And she said, "I love her." We exchanged hugs and not names, and as I was walking to my gate, I thought about how much that gift impacted me. Now you might say, "Stephanie, anybody who saw somebody in need in an airport would help them," but would they? Another time I was in a different airport, the one with the white rocking chairs. I don't know why I love those so much, but I do. And I was rocking in that white rocking chair, reading a book, minding my own business. And out of the corner of my eye, I see this lady crying, sobbing. Do you ever see somebody in need and you know what you need to do, but you start having this internal debate with yourself? That's what I did. Should I go help? What if she gets mad? What if she doesn't need my help? And I start making giving and helping somebody about me. So I got up the courage. I walked over, asked her if she was okay. She said she wasn't, shared her story with me. Is there anything I can do? There wasn't. But she just said, thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, thank you. As I was walking back to my walking chair, what I realized is sometimes just offering is the gift. I sat back down in my rocking chair, and before and after I approached that lady, I watched as if hundreds, maybe even thousands of people walked by a lady sobbing in an airport, and not one person stopped to ask her if she was okay. And what I learned is sometimes we may be the only person that take action. Somebody else may not do that. Now, I'm not perfect. I've missed opportunities to give. One day I was at the Dairy Queen. I placed my order, and as I was waiting for my food, the young man across the cashier uttered underneath his breath, "I hate my life." This was my opportunity to say something inspiring, something encouraging, and yet I said nothing. I stood there awkwardly acting as if I did not hear the words that came out of his mouth. He brought my order, I snatched it, I got out of there as quick as I could, but do you know how I know I missed an opportunity to give? It's because all the way home I could not stop thinking about that man and the words that he said, "I hate my life." When I got home, I pulled up Facebook, did a Facebook Live for all my followings, and I said what I should have said to that young man, and it's something like this, is don't hate your life. Today might be a really bad day, but it will get better. I've been where you are. I worked at the Dairy Queen. And you see, there's a lot of things that we can learn from working at the Dairy Queen. Is you work really hard for not much money. You learn people skills and customer service skills. And heck, you get to make people happy by giving them ice cream. I've been pretty successful in my life, and I would contribute some of my success to the lessons I learned at working at the Dairy Queen. So don't hate your life. But I never said those words to that young man. And so today, when I come across an opportunity, I feel those tugs on my heartstrings to give. I think back to the opportunity that I missed and the regret that I felt afterwards. My husband and I were headed to a Michigan football game, Go Blue. And that day I put out on social media a giving challenge to give hugs to strangers. Now, if you know anything about the big house where Michigan plays football, is it seats over 100,000 people. So I'm going to make the assumption that before the game, there's over 100,000 people mingling around, tailgating, and interacting. My husband and I pull in a grassy parking lot, and as we are exiting, this is a really good, simple gift that you can give. As we're walking out, I see an older gentleman with a black hat with the yellow writing. I approach him and I ask him, "Did you serve in our military?" And he said yes. I believe he said the Marine Corps. And I extended my hand and I said, "Thank you." I got those little tugs on my heart. And I said, "May I give you a hug?" Kind of give me an odd look. And then he said yes. And as we were embracing, he whispered, "I needed that today." Wow. Over 100,000 people, God led me to the one man that just needed a hug for that day. Now, I went on to hug a ticket scalper, a police officer who didn't want to give me a hug, and 2 ladies standing in line. You see, what I learned on my journey is some of the most impactful gifts that we can give take little time, no money, and were to strangers. On January 2017, 6 years after I went on my giving journey, or after I started on my giving journey, I launched out into the world as somebody who hates writing, hates grammar, and a dyslexic, a little book called The Giving Challenge. I had an inkling that my stories may be able to encourage and inspire others to give in ways that they never thought about, to stretch them out of their comfort zones. And I love hearing back from the people who've taken and went on their own giving journey of some of the things that they've done that they never would have done before. So today, I'm not asking you to go on a 500-day giving journey, even though I know it would change your life like I did mine. I am going to ask you to commit to taking my giving challenge. For 40 days, you as one person looking for ways to help one other person each and every day for 40 days. Can you imagine if everybody that listens to this talk takes the giving challenge, how our world would change? Heck, just the people in this room, simple math, 1,000 people in the room times 40 gifts. In a little over a month, we would send out 40,000 gifts into the world. And what I can almost guarantee you is if you take the giving challenge, you will discover a richer, more generous life by making a difference one gift at a time. Thank you.